Luntz, pollster and political analyst, with us. Frank, a pleasure as always. I'm trying to find the right visualization here because that ballots ran out in Wisconsin, in Milwaukee, deep blue Milwaukee, is very telling. Tara Palmieri, very right. Democrats are energized. But are they energized in running in a circle and fighting with each other, or are they energized in a direction?
They're going crazy right now. And they're going crazy because they don't see leadership in their own party. And I want to emphasize what Cory Booker did over the last 24 hours may have changed the course of political history. I watched a lot of it. I listened to words. I listened to phrases, how he presents himself. Did he criticize Donald Trump? Of course he did. But he struck the kind of tone that grassroots Democrats are looking for. He gave them a reason to fight. He gave them a reason to stand up and say, this is my country too. Of course, every Republican watching will say, this is nonsense. But he's not speaking just to Republicans. He's speaking to Americans. And what I saw over the last 25 hours absolutely blew me away. And just as you sometimes make projections or predictions, I'm going to do one right here. That speech puts Cory Booker as one of the leaders for the Democratic Party.
Wow.
2028, and I'll go even further. If you ask Democratic senators right now, would they rather have lead them over the next 3 years? They would choose Cory Booker over Chuck Schumer. That's how significant today was.
I say this with respect, and this is your Twitter poll, your X poll, Booker topping Schumer for Democratic Senate leader. Wouldn't my dog beat Chuck Schumer in terms of who Democrats would like to lead them in the Senate?
Okay, I'm not going to insult your dog. I don't know what breed it is.
He's a very cute black Labrador named Dutch. I mean, come on. It's hard to compete with him.
Okay, but Chuck Schumer is not saying what Democrats want to hear. He's not communicating. He's not giving them an alternative. Chuck Schumer was based in the politics of the 1970s, 1980s, 1990s. He was damn good 30 years ago, but he's not connecting to the Democrats of today.
When you say something, I have learned to listen, so therefore I may end up really regretting this segment where I started off calling what Booker did performance art, because if you're right, then I have this badly misread. I want to play for you back-to-back clips. The first one we're going to play is today, okay, of this part of this 25-hour monologue. And after, we're going to play when Cory Booker last ran for president and tried to have a moment to cut a campaign ad in the United States Senate, and it didn't work out so well from what would have been about 6 years ago, back to back.
He promised to lower your grocery prices, they're higher. He promised, I'll be a better steward of the economy. It's worse than we inherited. Over and over, he's breaking promises and doing outrageous things like disappearing people off of American streets. Do we see what's happening? How much is enough?
And I could not understand, and I violated this rule knowingly, why these issues should be withheld from the public. Now, I appreciate the comments of my colleagues. This is about the closest I'll probably ever have in my life to an I am Spartacus moment.
All right. Cory Booker's 2020 campaign didn't go anywhere. Spartacus didn't work. Is this a different Cory Booker?
Not only is it a different Cory Booker, it's a different United States of America. It's a different Democratic Party. You're not the same as we were back then. And I was very critical of that moment because it came across as inauthentic, as why I'm so amazed about what I just saw. And I tuned in all throughout the day, which makes me weird, I admit it, but I wanted to hear what he had to say. And there were moments there when I'm thinking, oh my God, this is I got to show my students. I got to show other people in politics. I want to show you all. It's one of the reasons why I'm glad that you put up the poll before. This was a significant moment because Senator Booker, and what he said and how he said it, and the words and the framing about doing better as a country will not work with Republicans, but it will work with independents. It will work with Democrats. And it's what the Democratic Party has been demanding. And frankly, I don't think Chuck Schumer could ever do this. And I listened to him interrupt Booker to tell me he set the all-time record. I'm thinking only Chuck Schumer would interrupt in this meaningful, historic moment to get his soundbite included in that debate. Booker raised some eyebrows tonight, and I'm telling you, he's going to be a Democratic leader going forward, and people are going to be talking about him for 2028.